This is a guy by the name of Tom Henderson. He's out of Dallas, Texas. And I met him about 6 years ago. We've become very good friends. And he put this presentation on. This is more of a, I would say, advanced, intermediate or advanced note purchasing. I'm only going to go through it lightly, and I want you to be able to read it. It's self-explanatory. I think all of you guys finished 6th grade. You can take a full reading. I don't need to read it again, but I want to go over some of the concepts of this deal. It's a, he has a degree in economics, taught at a university, and got sick of it. He said, nobody can define what economics is. He said, it's a scientific wild ass guess. And he said, I understand it, but I don't understand it. And so he got into buying notes, and that's where he's been, and he does very, very good. He has a newsletter. You can go online, and all of his information is on this deal. It's probably the best presentation I've seen in being able to do it. He also has a workbook, a notebook, he calls it the professor's notebook. Again, when you go to his website, you can order it. It's like $70 or $49 online, maybe $39. So it's damn near $100 if you have to buy it, and he sends it because he doesn't print them up until you order one. So it costs him a lot of money to take it and do it and ship it to you. But the thing he does about it, he makes it in a simple enough term for you to understand about anything we're going to talk about. The thing about a real estate note, or basically any income stream out there, whether it be rent or car payments or whatever, you can subdivide that note horizontally, vertically. You can condo it, buy so many payments out of the middle of it. You can do anything you want to do with that note, as long as you're not changing the terms to the borrower, okay, and you're not violating some SEC regulation. In other words, I can't go out and buy $1 million note and say, okay, everybody in this room put in $50,000, we're going to buy this note. You can't do that. Because now we've created a SEC violation by doing that. But I'd say, Matthew, you got an extra $500,000? He said, yeah. I say, Carl, you got another $200,000? I've got $300,000. Now the three of us can go together and we can partner to buy that. But if I get this many people in the room and everybody puts up X number of dollars, that's a violation. So just remember that as you're going through this thing. You'll read down through there, and this guy.
So the distinguishing is the fact that you didn't gather everyone, you weren't offering anything, you just said, hey buddy, do you have this much money, you want to do it?
But I can take and put together a private placement memorandum, just like they do for apartment buildings and everything else, and say, we're going to buy this note, you can come into it for as much or as little as you want to.
It just can't be a set amount, equal amount?
You can. I mean, you can do that. But you can sell a quarter share of that or a half share of that. We do that kind of financing we're raising $4 million right now on a hotel we're building in Port Stockton, Texas. We have to go through a PPM. We now have raised about $3 million. I'll have the rest of it done within the next couple of weeks. We'll start building this thing. I mean, so you can do it. You just do it legally. I just want you to know that.
Which 506 do you use on your PPM?
B, C, D, and 504s, and depends on the deal.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're doing with J.R. Silva?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because some of those you can't advertise and some you can.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of them I can advertise, but it can only be an accredited investor.
Yeah.
I can do.
But don't they like self-accredit themselves? Like,
Yeah, they do.
So it's kind of
but I don't.
okay.
I want to
you
know.
actually verify?
I want to know that you either give me your CPA's statement that you're worth $1 million, that you make over this much money, because I haven't made any money in 5 years to pay taxes on. Okay, you get enough of this stuff going, and you can take it. You can take losses, carry forward losses, and all kinds of stupid stuff. But I might make more than that. Okay, but I don't pay taxes. So the tax returns are, unless you know how to read a tax return, you can't verify it.
Gotcha.
So that's why I get a CPA to do it. If they sign it, to me, the guy's created.
Yeah.
Because they know the definition of that type of thing.
Yeah.
But we do, well, Wes was one that invested in a PPM that we had. We bought a dead asset. I mean, it was a second mortgage behind a $6 million first mortgage. It was a had a judgment in it, had been judicially foreclosed, but he was paying payments, but they never extinguished the debt. Guy's in Chapter 11. He's got an SEC insider trading charges against him. He's got judgments, I mean, he's got a lawsuit for $7.5 million from another company. We bought that judgment for $720,000. And I think it came in for 25 or 50? 50,000. And it took us 15 months. I told everybody it's gonna take 18. And it took us 15 months to get it out of there. But they ended
Sorry,
up.
it was 25, dude.
Yeah.
It was 25.
25, so you got 50, a little over 50 back.
Mhm.
So he doubled his money in 18 or 15 months, and we made a bigger share because we were driving the train. Okay, we were the cruise director. But, so that was, every one of them is different. There's no two PPMs written alike, ever, unless you're the one writing both of them the same, because the deals are different. But I can take and say, Jake, I find myself financially embarrassed here right now. I made an obligation to buy this note over here for 100. I've only got 50. You want to partner with it? Now that's legal. Now we're partners. Or I can sell him a participation in it. I can say, I'm going to pledge this as security. I'm going to pledge this as if, like you're taking putting a deed of trust on a loan, on a property. I can give him an assignment of my collateral, which is $100,000 or maybe more, for 50. And I can pay him 8 and I'm making 15. So you get that arbitrage in the middle of this deal to where you can legally do it. Now, if I'm borrowing 50 from him, 10 from him, and 20 over here, now I violated, I made that a security.
Yeah, at what point does it become a security?
When I get more than 3 people that aren't equal.
Oh, okay.
In other words, you could be an investor with me, and I can give you an undivided interest in 25% of it or 50% of it, but we're undivided at that point in time. We all own that. I can make a preference on it, but now I need a PPM.
Got it.
Okay. So just bear in mind, don't do any of this stupid stuff without checking with an attorney, an accountant. Don't take my word for anything that I'm telling you, okay? Because every deal is so different. I don't know every deal, and you don't know every deal. So every one of those type of things, when you get into that kind of stuff, if you're gonna go out here and make a second mortgage, buy a second mortgage behind somebody, that's your business. You don't need to check with anybody, but you do wanna do your due diligence, you wanna run title insurance, make sure you're in second position, make sure it hasn't been stripped off in bankruptcy, make sure that, do you figure out what the thing is worth, now what's my loan to value on the first, the second, and the value, because that's where you're at, you're in protection. So there's things you have to do when you're buying these things, but conceptually, what I want you to do when you're going through this deal is to see how it's done.